Hey guys, just a short message before we begin this video. I know there's a lot of these speculation videos right now, and there will be for this coming week. I have a large research project due for my law course, and due to having terrible internet until next Monday, this is pretty much all I'm going to be able to manage. But my apologies. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis had a few problems, but the biggest was perhaps its lack of customization. You simply could not build a unique looking park without having to modify the game files themselves. That, of course, was 15 years ago. Times have changed, and we've already started to hear rumours about how we'll be able to customise our own creations in Jurassic World Evolution in two primary ways: the buildings and the dinosaurs. So, buildings. Whilst I'm not expecting the ability to make entirely customised buildings or even the level of control we were afforded with individual parts a la Zoo Tycoon 2, I am expecting some control over how our buildings will eventually look. The leaked information for Evolution, debatable as it was in Origins, suggested that the majority of buildings in the game will come in two forms: World and Classic, and I think that might be the perfect way to handle customization. If you could swap between those two, and maybe even a few more forms, every time you put down a building, it means you could easily theme your parks. One island you'd have Jurassic World, one island you'd have a classic Jurassic Park style park, and maybe on another you'd have an eclectic strange mix. Instead of all your visitor centres looking the same, maybe some could be the original one, some could be the innovation centre, and if we're lucky maybe we'd even get the ruined and rundown version of the original we see in Jurassic World. Likewise, communication centres, with some based on that dilapidated building we see towards the end of The Lost World, some a pristine version of that same building, and some a modern Jurassic World inspired version. The jeeps, the signs, the shops, the bathrooms, the park gate entrance, a jeep track or a monorail track, a gyrosphere tour versus a gas car, all of these would be relatively simple swaps that don't really require much in the way of new animations, but for a few of them, but would offer us so much more control over how our park looks. This is particularly important because we're building on multiple islands. If all of our buildings look the same, what's to stop Isla Nublar looking the same as Isla Mataninceros? At the end of the day, Evolution has to walk a tightrope between being modern and up to date because it's syncing in with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but also honouring the old films as well, because, well, we haven't really had a good Jurassic Park game in like 15 years now, and we've all been waiting for this. Forever. I love the idea of building my own modern, shiny, pristine Jurassic World, but then having a section off the beaten path where vines creep up crumbling buildings and dusty warning lights gleam atop disused exhibit fences. For those of you who've been on the Tower of Terror ride at MGM, you'll kinda know what I mean. It's possible to build something that looks unsafe and disused, but is still perfectly functional. And if I was personally to visit a Jurassic Park in real life, if it was a real thing, I know I'd want one that has that feel of a park that's slowly being taken back by Mother Nature. The dinosaurs don't have to honour tradition in quite the same way. Though again, I'd like to have the option to have, say, the Lost World greener version of the Rex as opposed to just the browner Rexy version. And with the Velociraptors in particular, it'd be amazing if we could breed all the different types that correspond to each individual film. People may not love Jurassic Park 3, but it certainly had the best raptors in my opinion. Not many other dinosaurs have distinctly different appearances across the films. Brachiosaurus comes to mind with its terrible, terrifying Jurassic Park 3 version. But the list is limited, so we need to have control over our dinosaurs in some other ways. I don't believe the comb on top of the head of the Deinonychus is a customization effect. I believe that is simply part of the dinosaur that helps differentiate it from the Velociraptors. But at the very least, some minor control over skin colour of our dinosaurs would be appreciated. All of the herbivores in particular for Evolution are so far super duper grey and boring. And whilst this is reflective of the design ethos for Jurassic World the film, it's going to make for a relatively samey looking park. Since Evolution is free to only slightly follow canon, according to Trevorrow, I'd love the ability to get some vibrancy into our parks. Let us change the basic tint of the dinosaurs and perhaps integrate some basic patterning. Let's have a tiger-striped Velociraptor or a mottled Triceratops, a T-Rex with a speed stripe along the side like the one that the Indoraptor has. Varied and vibrant displays on the frills of our ceratopsids and a different hue of colours for the same on the Dilophosaurus. Maybe even we can colour in the Dilophosaurus spit, you never know folks, that's the dream. Again, if we're making 6 parks, we don't want to make these same dinosaurs over and over again. I want some of these tints perhaps locked behind progression trees. You guys know I love to unlock things. perhaps the science one in particular though. Let us unlock the more bizarre and exciting skin patterns and colours at the very top of the tree, so that our final island, Isla Nublar, is a colourful array of interesting dinosaurs. And hey, if you want to stick to the classics, you can do that too. Choice and options are only ever a good thing, so even if none of this appeals to you really, it could only make the game better. If there is anything else you'd like me to talk about, do let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, I am pulling these discussions straight from your suggestions. As I say, we are probably doing a week or so worth of this, though I do have ideas for 2 other videos we'll be doing as well. My internet is getting a massive upgrade next Monday. It's actually getting over 50 times faster. That's how big this upgrade is. But until then, these short upload video times are kind of keeping me alive whilst I battle with some fairly intimidating lore deadlines. Cheers, much love, as always. Bye bye. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider smashing that like button down below, it really helps me out, and also hitting the subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with brand new videos about dinosaurs, animals, aliens, and everything else we do here on the BestInSlot channel. All of you who have subscribed so far, that's awesome. Make sure you hit that little bell icon, I'll highlight now, otherwise you may actually miss out on the content anyway because YouTube is silly. Thank you guys so much, much love.